fuck regardless. Movado, who has a $30 million scamming case currently in front of the court, is running into some roadblock. Ladies and gentlemen, if you never know, Movado allegedly was trying to purchase a house back in the day, and this liar woman under false pretense who was acting like she was the person on the front line, as she tell Movado said the owner for the house was incarcerated overseas and she gonna sell the house for the owner. However, the person who owned the house never did know said they gonna sell the house, and long story short, Movado get chopped. And of course, it's safe to say after getting chopped like that, Movado was left feeling like Mr. Griff from Gold God Clan Carnival music video. And of course, with so much chopping surrounding their case, I want to tell us that not even the owner for the house didn't know that the house get sold, and the owner didn't even know the alleged pussycat whose name is Jessica Mesado. Yeah, so Mesado scam Movado. Blood clot, irony of irony. Boy, what a woman bad. This woman a move like say she better than God to blood clot. I can imagine somebody a sell all the house and even know if the house get sold. Plus, the brother wasn't even incarcerated. So that's white collar criminal at its finest is sound like, if you ask me, and me I go keep on say allegedly, because I know this matter is still in front of the court, and what them say innocent until proven guilty, whatever them say. However though, me I go just put it out there, say she's been disbarred. And if you don't know what disbarred mean, is she's been expelled from practicing law. Cause like I said earlier, she was an attorney. So yeah, she can't practice no law anymore. I guess you need to be an honest person when you practice law, right? Alright, cool. At least that was silly me thing though. But as stated earlier, that like the dark case right now, I see some roadblock. Reason being, for one, the dark court get adjourned until October 13, as the the prosecutor for the dark case was engaged in a different matter in the Home Circuit Court. And we're also seeing new findings where they must say basically Movado, who's of course is the complaint in this case, him and him attorney after wait for information from the Office of Director of Public Prosecution with regards to an outstanding warrant. And this is what the fuck is going on, and let me break it down a little bit. So basically Movado him live overseas, right? And with that being said, the dog try to testify in him case via like a phone call, video, Zoom, whatever, satellite, whatever, however you want to call it, Zine. So the Director of Public Prosecution, they did submit some documents for this to get done, to the court, However, the only way this can get approved is if Movado no have no outstanding warrants. After all that is said and done, this lead Movado, the gangster for life. DJ, sing J, what them a do, what them a try, more fly, yay, to make a post on social media talking about the whole matter. Remember this one, me tell us me I go read your fuck one back of reading. And this is what the post say. Let's talk about this so-called warrant we have heard of all of a sudden after 4 years. It seems as if some officers assigned to the Constant Spring Police Station, Jennifer Mesado, Pussycat, and her people are conspiring against me. The same police that locked my son up years ago are also the same police that suddenly came up with this warrant 4 years later. In particular, one female officer who told me that Jennifer Mesado is her friend. Now my people, years ago I left Jamaica. I left things in my lawyer's hands. My lawyers, both overseas and in Jamaica, were in regular communication with the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and there was never any mention of any outstanding warrants. Nothing like that was said to my lawyers over a 4-year period. I wasn't wanted for anything or any reasons in Jamaica. And then the dad proceeded to talk a little bit about his son's case. In my son's case, the witness who went to court after he already changed his story 3 times in 3 different statements, he also told the court that he didn't mention anything about me, and that his statements were altered. So how can a judge find my son guilty with 3 different statements and a new statement given on the stand? People are concluding that this looks like a blatant corruption, but we are confident the justice system will find exactly that in the appeal, which obviously you can hear from Movado himself. The dog appeal him son case, and if you never know Movado's son, the dog's son get sentenced to murder. Yeah, and the dog continue. Fast forward 4 years later to the unconnected Jennifer Mesado criminal trial, the case where she stole over $30 million from me. At the court date prior to the most recent one, her attorney Christopher Townsend all of a sudden came to court and mentioned that I am a wanted man in Jamaica, and that the reason that I'm not showing up for court in Jamaica is because I'm running away from prosecution. He said this in effort to prevent me from giving my statement via satellite for my $30 million his client stole from me, because by law if I am wanted I would not be able to do so. But the DPP office nor the JCF had any idea of any warrants against me. Keep in mind, I am a high-profile figure whose name they have no problem calling over the years in connection with any allegation. My lawyers, the DPP office, no media, nobody knew of this so-called warrant existence. The only person who knew apparently was Christopher Townsend, Jennifer Mesado lawyer. How that possible? My lawyers also checked and there were no warrants found. Furthermore, Townsend is well aware his client stole my money, and he told me personally he would give it back, and I have proof. He was CC'd on emails to return my money, and he also been telling my lawyers to this day he will facilitate returning my money because he did not want me to take it to trial. But now he's in court trying to get a judge to stop me from testifying, and somehow is the only person who was aware of a warrant that has supposedly been in existence for 4 years that nobody knew about but him. Notice that the JCF haven't even publicly answered journalist questions as to what the warrant is for. Are the JCF embarrassed to do so because they know it's manufactured? A lot of questions need to be answered, people. And of course, the gully God, the gully Allah, the gully deity. Yeah, never stop right there, so. It all continue. On the morning of the most recent court date, the DPP's second in command got my business phone number and called me around 9 a.m. to ask me if I had any idea about a warrant. Kiki, laughing emoji. Because it's time for a trial and a warrant miraculously appeared from the Contant Spring police station, which has well documented history of corruption. Now my people, keep in mind, Christopher Townsend, Jennifer Mesado's lawyer, was the first person to mention this so-called warrant. Not my lawyers, not even the DPP office knew of this. He was the first person to mention to the judge that I'm wanted, so the judge ordered an investigation. The police went to all these agencies that historically have wanted to implicate Movado for any reason they can find. None of these agencies knew about this so-called warrant. Eventually, the Contant Spring police station said that a police officer has a warrant for me, but surprise, surprise, it could be found in the books. They then took over 6 weeks to locate a physical copy of this so-called warrant that miraculously appeared on this recent court date, where the judge was supposed to give me the go-ahead to testify via satellite. I am calling on the DPP office to do their jobs and thoroughly investigate just when this warrant was written so that they are not seen to be enabling this corruption. And this is the last thing the dog say. I promise you, this is the last thing the dog say. In case I tell me reading, this is the last thing the dog say. Presently, the DPP office is telling my lawyers that I need to come in and deal with the warrant to be able to testify. What a setup. And the dog put a up emoji. Up like 7, yeah. So now I'm wondering, how many more manufactured outstanding warrants are out there? Can I know before I get out there? Or do I have to wait until I get there to find out? It seems as if the justice system needs to weed out its own criminal. That's a fact. But we keep the faith in the justice system to do the right thing in mine's and everybody's case. I would like to ask the DPP office why hasn't Townsend been investigated for his part in all this, and why hasn't Jennifer Mesado been charged for money laundering and scamming? She's a chopper. Yeah, I know, this been established that a woman is a chopper. Biggest chopper this. Speaking of chopper, pay attention to this video. This fully sane woman in the middle of halfway tree posing as a mad woman, because that's their next defense in court and the trial date coming up very soon. And I would like to remind the judge that this woman was of sound mind when she stole my 30 million and is of sound mind today. Blood clot, marksman now, nothing for the woman here. You might chop 30 grand a day. 30 grand a day, man, I chop this woman, I chop 30 million one time. And I've shown here in the video, this are the alleged thief. I walk up and down and half a tree with 1 foot of slippers, pan a foot and I drink a buster. Probably she use the $30 million and buy a buster and I go and drink. You see me, and I go and easy back like a cheesy snack. You see me, I deal with. But I just hope Movado them can fall to a conclusion with this, because you already see like how the system I try to play the thing against the dog, being where him son did have a case and Movado name that get called up. Even though Movado state the witness in him son case never mentioned him at all, but them alter the witness statement to make him seem like say him a part of the whole thing. But hopefully, like me say, the dog can fall to a conclusion, because this wrong in itself. This is entirely wrong. There's no way you can try to fuck somebody out of $30 million and feel like say somebody who's established who have enough money. If you can get a decent lawyer to represent him, like in any case, regardless, like this wrong. Who say did I want attorney? You're supposed to know the law more than everybody else. You're not supposed to. You're not even supposed to get called up on them thing. But of course, we are human being and all of we are thief. Look with a thief and all of you, see me. But big bit of thief in a she though, allegedly. One more know thing though, get in the comment section, like, share, comment, subscribe, murder inside. Fuck you, go on. I'm out.
Hey Movado, what's up with this homeboy?
Keep calm, Snoop. The boy them serious.
Hey boy, father. Me say I have whole heap of watches and gratuities I give you for my day to, you know. I bet you bribe me for leave you alone, you know, boy. Talk and work, you know, that me I tell you, you know, boy, and put jewelry in a bag, you know.